Well, we're still here. I have Trinny back with me. Thanks for joining us again, Trinny. Greg Proops is still here. Best actor goes to Denzel Washington. You thought it might earlier, then you changed your mind when Halle Berry, and now you're back there saying it was you were right all along, Greg. It's typical.
Yeah, that's how I do it. Because I don't like to lay those sting bets, because those cost money later, for those of you who are watching. I think it's fantastic and long overdue. A very good year. Denzel is a terrific actor.
You got the feeling, I got the feeling certainly, that when his name was called out and when he went up to collect it, a very popular choice. I mean, really, it seemed to be a real sort of swell of enthusiasm for that. And afterwards, you just saw Julia Roberts running over to hug him, Mel Gibson waiting backstage. He seems to be very popular with his peers.
Oh yeah, no, I think he's like, everybody loves Denzel Washington, and everybody knows that he got cheated. I mean, the man played Malcolm X, he played Stephen Biko. Who do you have to do around this town to get an Oscar, you know? And
of course, that moment back in England will be seen as Malcolm Gary's revenge for the BAFTA incident. So Russell has to work on his manners for next year if he wants to pick one up. We're coming up to the two biggies, really. I mean, actor and actress, of course, big ones, but we've got the best director and the best picture in the next chunk, the final chunk of the show. What are your predictions for those? What do you think for, first of all, for best?
I'd like Trini to go first so that I have a better chance.
You want to do a sting again? I don't know. I think I haven't seen A Beautiful Mind, but you know, I think it's on a winning streak.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's done fairly well. It hasn't done as well as people thought.
But that's why I feel it could then get Best Picture.
Do you think it might get Best Picture?
I think it's between that and Lord of the Rings. Although I'm of the opinion that if you have pointed ears in a movie, you really shouldn't have the Best Picture, but that's just me.
I'm sticking my neck out with Gosford Park just because I want to see Altman get something at long last, although I suspect I'll be terribly wrong, as always. And for Best Director, what do you think?
Is Altman up for Best Director?
Yeah.
I'd like him to win it.
He may sneak in with Best Director, but I think Ron Howard, because he makes a lot of hit movies and he's really popular and a nice person.
And possibly also, I think maybe they'd like to just give someone something who's suffered so terribly from male pattern baldness.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a reward.
It's been a very entertaining show, I think. It's been a funny show, thanks to host Whoopi Goldberg. There have been some very emotional moments, I thought, especially the Sidney Poitier award with him. There haven't been any terrible gaffes, there haven't been any glitches, there haven't been any mistakes, no one's actually tripped over yet. I'm a tiny bit disappointed. Do you share that?
Yes, I enjoy when there's streakers or someone's real drunk or freaks out or lighting rig falls. Yeah. But to me, that's the best kind of award show. That's why I like the Golden Globes, because they let them drink through the whole thing, and you never know what's going to happen.
I loved Halle Berry. I mean, I thought Haley. I always say it wrong. It's
Haley. That's a comic you're thinking of. Yeah.
She's from the Russell Crowe School of Pronunciation.
But I got very emotional. I didn't usually get that emotional, and I saw all the actresses who were nominated as well. They got very emotional, and I saw Renée Zellweger.
You know, let's face it. It's the Academy Awards. Where else will you see a beautiful woman in a skimpy dress crying so much that there's snot coming out of her nose
and dribbling on her upper lip?
That's why this is a world-class show, second to none.
Yeah, only in my dreams and on the Academy Awards.
Well, and on the internet, I believe.
Oh, yeah,
well, we're going to head back now. This is going to be the final section of the show. For those of you who stayed with us the whole way through, well done. We're going back now live once again to the Kodak Theatre for the final section of the 74th Annual Academy Awards. As I said, live from Hollywood. Two Oscars, he doesn't even thank the Fonz. What's wrong with the world?
What about the Waltons, you know?
Man alive. Well, you know, I'm frankly flabbergasted at those last two, but there you go, that's the fun of the Oscars. You never know what's going to happen. You never know who's going to win. What did you think? Why do you think they gave it to that movie? Apart from the fact they obviously liked it, I guess.
Well, they're a very popular producer-director team in town, wildly popular. They make loads of hits, and it's exactly the kind of picture that everyone feels good about voting for, because the guy had a disability, he overcame it, we cried, we laughed, we kissed 750 goodbye.
There you go. Trini, surprised by the events? I know you wanted to see other films. You thought Beautiful Mind might get it, but...
Beautiful Mind, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Having not seen it, I couldn't comment, but I would say it is the people's choice, probably. Sometimes it goes to that.
Certainly the people who vote choice. It was, I mean, it struck me as being a very entertaining show this evening. I hope the people at home agreed, those who stayed with us for the long, long slog, but there weren't any moments of hideous embarrassment. I miss that kind of thing.
Yeah, the appalling dress sense, the kind of, as you were saying, the strippers, the streakers, the kind of gaffes, the people going on too long.
Plus, you remember Cher wore that weird headdress that one year, and Barbara Streisand wore see-through pants.
Yeah.
I mean, that needs to come back.
It does.
There weren't any kind of disastrous outfits, were there, at all?
No, nothing.
No, the stylists need to get high more, I think, before the show,
hair.
so that they make those mistakes again, and the actors can go with it.
Thank God we had you here with your improbable gravity-defying hair.
Yeah,
yes, and it'll be this way for the next 2 weeks, ladies and gentlemen.
That was like a sort of strange tribute to David Lynch, who, of course, was sadly overlooked for Best Director, and you knew he was never going to get it, but it would have been nice if he got more than just a nod. But anyway, it was lovely having you with us. We had Alan Cummings in it, thanks to him as well, Alan Cumming. Tom Conti, of course. We had Dade from Variety. But Greg, thank you so much for
Thank you, Jonathan. My pleasure.
Thank you for coming over. So you're both off to parties now, I guess?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
All night long. Trini's going to the Vanity Fair party, and I'm going to the Fat Burger on Santa Monica Avenue for the fat fries and a chili burger.
That's it then. That was the 74th Annual Academy Awards. I had a tremendous time hosting it. I hope you enjoyed watching back there in England. There'll be the highlights on tonight on BBC One. Good night to us from Hollywood, and do have a nice day, won't you?